we're going to give you 5 seconds. If you have not seen the full fight, back out now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is UFC. We're going to start it off with Maia, and I do not, cannot pronounce the guy who was fighting, but that dude is a beast. Just comes out there, cracks him, and wins. All his fights are won with under 30 seconds. This dude is a beast. He's going from the top of the level, just marking people, just working people. And then you got Cowboy Donald Cerrone, which some people on Twitter were saying, nah, Cowboy won that fight. I see it as the first round was the deciding factor. That first round was what caused that fight to be a win for Robbie Lawler. He was murking him in the first round. Had Cowboy on running backwards and was landing some body kicks. When you land body kicks on this dude, he can't take body kicks. And a lot of people were like, nah, Cowboy won that fight. I don't see how you predicted Cowboy to win that fight. I wanted Cowboy to win, but how did Cowboy win? I don't know, man. He won the second round, but lost the third. That's just what I think. I think the aggressiveness, the coming forward for Robbie was what caused this fight to win, because Robbie Lawler was just that much more aggressive. And then you had Cris Cyborg versus Tonya Evinger. Tonya is a beast, okay? Tonya put it all on the line. She put her heart, determination. She took shots. She took a lot of shots, a lot of damage, a lot of power shots. But she was still coming forward. She was winning in the clinch when it would be put up against the cage. That was her only way of winning. I think the only problem with Tonya Evinger versus Cris Cyborg is Tonya does not have the skill set to hang and bang with Cris Cyborg. I think that's what a lot of these women are having issues with. They can't hang with that power. They can't hang with that skill set wise. It's like an amateur versus a professional. And Tonya is a champion from what I'm understanding in Invicta, but she could not hang and bang with her either, because those shots just keep landing, and eventually she was not really even throwing anything. She was, I think, more nervous than anything. She would land, and then Tonya would kind of shoot in, but Tonya just got whooped. But Tonya earned my respect. Her stock went up because she hanged and banged with one of the baddest chicks on the planet. She hung with like Mike Tyson. She hung with the top dudes. Like, she's hanging with the top guys. So it's like an amateur hanging with a professional. So it's going to be like the same thing. Conor hanging with Floyd, but it was Tonya hanging with Cris Cyborg. And Cris Cyborg, she hits like a beast. Her boxing is more like crisp. Her skill set is so much better. And I think the reason is Cris Cyborg's been competing as a mixed martial artist for at least 10 or 12 years. You're trying to feint, you have leg kicks, you have body kicks, throw something. And if Tyron Woodley knows in his mind that he can throw down and knock fools out, and he's very aggressive, he should throw those aggressive punches and just run across the cage and start landing. There's no way that Tyron Woodley was going to get taken down. And the bottom line is, what the hell was these dudes doing? It's the last 3 fights for Tyron Woodley that he's just basically went to the judges' scoring card and was playing it safe and didn't dominate the fight like he did before he became a champion. Is it when you become a champion you just like to play it safe? That's bullshit, man. It's a bullshit fight, you know. I love the chess match of a high-level wrestler versus a high-level jiu-jitsu guy, but the days of a one-dimensional fighter like Demian Maia are no longer there. If you don't know the grappling, the stand-up, everything, you're never going to succeed. So is Demian Maia ever going to get another title fight again? Probably not, because Dana White in the UFC says this guy is completely boring, and I believe he is a boring fighter. When he gets a guy on the ground and he can grapple him and submit him easily, then he's exciting. But if you can't take him down, he can't do shit. What can you say? What can you say with the main event? Daniel Cormier looked more composed, like more like he was not feeling the pressure. He was in the action. He was up in his face. He was landing punches. And then later in the first round, it was going Daniel Cormier. The second round, a lot of people were saying, well, Daniel Cormier has Jon Jones backing up, which he did. And then in the third round comes along, and then he gets rocked, and he kind of stumbles back. And then Jon Jones kicks him in his leg, so he stumbles. And then he falls to the ground and lands some significant elbows. And Jon Jones is 2-0 against Daniel Cormier. And what left for Daniel Cormier? He's done everything he possibly could. He beat a lot of people at heavyweight. He beat the best guys at light heavyweight. He just could not beat Jon Jones. And it looks like in the third round he was kind of holding back a little bit, kind of composing himself, kind of letting Jon Jones get off, you know. That's what I kind of seen in the fight. But overall, Daniel Cormier this fight was better than the first fight, but Jon Jones is now technically a two-time UFC light heavyweight champion. He's arguably the best guy that's ever fought in the game of mixed martial arts. Even Brendan Schaub said if Daniel Cormier wins, it will be the first 2 rounds he'll be able to win. That third round will be the factor in the fight. The third round will either play a big role in the fight, or it will end up playing a big role when it goes to the judges' scoring cards. But it ended up in the third round, Daniel Cormier getting knocked out. And I've never seen Daniel Cormier get knocked down in my life. But as always, guys, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And that is my take on UFC 214. If you guys want to rate, comment, and subscribe, I appreciate it. Like I said, first links in the description box will take you to the full fights where you can watch them if you haven't seen them yet. But I'm Trevor, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This fight card was actually pretty good besides the Demian Maia fight. That fight was the only whack-ass fight. Later, guys. Jon Jones still kicking ass and taking names.